What's going on, everyone? It is Paul, the 920 Trader with 920 Trading and Trading Dakota. Today is Tuesday, April 9th, 2024, and this is how we traded SPY today. But before we get started on that, if you enjoy our videos, please go ahead and consider giving us a like and a subscribe. Don't forget to turn on your notifications. That way you can be notified when we drop new content, which is just about every day and sometimes on the weekend, notwithstanding the last couple of days, folks. Also, please subscribe. We always like the subscriptions, folks, and don't forget to leave us a comment. We always appreciate that too. So let's see what we got, folks. So looking at pre-market, folks. Pre-market just kept on running and running and running and running. I mean, it finally topped out. Pretty close to the end of pre-market, but it just ran and it just ran and it ran. So we got the pre-market sitting up here at 520.59. Pre-market high, pre-market low, 518.01. So right out of the gate, I'm thinking, okay, we got $2.50. Folks, $2.50. If you can pick up a $2.50 move, from top to bottom, from bottom to the top, at any point during the day, oh my goodness, those are absolutely beautiful, beautiful, beautiful moves. Now, we did have some areas in between. Now, everything is a 30-minute zone with the exception of, I've got a 15-minute zone right here, so it's a 15-minute pre-market double bottom, and I've also got a 5-minute pre-market double bottom here as well. So, but with other than that, everything is a 30-minute zone. Now, the best plays, generally speaking, the best plays are going to be directly out of 30-minute zones. Why? Because, 30-minute zones low are demand zones. 30-minute zones up to the upside, those are supply zones. There's known activity at those levels, folks. So again, we're looking for a cross to the upside out of a 30-minute zone, a demand zone, a cross to the downside out of a 30-minute zone, a supply zone. And again, generally speaking, those are the ones that just go and go and go. So just at that point, just shoot your targets, folks. And predefining your risk is a lot easier if you're taking something right out of a major zone. Again, that's the first thing we have to do, folks. Predefine your risk before you ever put on the plate. If you don't, you're throwing crap on the wall and calling it artwork. That's not how it works, folks. Predefine that risk. So let's get into the regular trading day, folks, and here we go. So this is actually, we finally, look at this, finally got that pre-market high, 520.59. Now look at this big candle back to the, just a lot of volume on that. I think, what do we have? 750,000 shares traded on that. These candles, I started using these candles last week, folks. These candles are a visual representation. You can see the wider they are, the more volume, which is really, really nice, the more volume that we have. Okay, so wide candles, lots of volume, thin candles, not a whole lot of volume. So here we go right out of the gate, and you can see the smiley face, folks. You can see that smiley face and think, oh my goodness, what a trade. Oh, that was so good. So we went from 23 down to, ooh, it's a 50-cent trade. Hey, congratulations, that's a good trade. Was it? Was it really? No, it was poorly executed, folks. It was poorly, I got a target down here. It's that 15-minute double bottom. I literally gave it no room to breathe, folks. I mean, I took this play off the top. Multiple touches. It was a good winning trade. Whoopie-doo, did I follow my process? It's very, very frustrating. A win is a win. No, it's not. If you don't follow your process, folks, it doesn't matter. You can't really... You don't know what your probabilities are. You don't know what your expected value is unless you follow the process 100% of the time. This is gambling. That's it's just not good execution. I think I got into the play. Yeah, it was a good trade. And again, it was poorly executed, folks. And it's not because I left a lot of money on the table, which I did, but I didn't let this thing play out. So what did I do? I just kind of waited around. I was kind of thinking about taking this thing to the upside. But we had this level up here. We had this 519.11 level. Look at all this resistance right here. We had to get a good strong close over back to the upside to take this. And again, folks, these are still 30-minute zones. But what did I do? I said, you know what? If we can get a breach below this 518.84, We're going to ride that puppy down and see where it goes, folks. I mean, this thing just went and went and went and went. So I took a nice piece off right here. Absolutely banger play back to the downside. Again, it's one of those things. I probably should have stayed in this trade a little bit longer. It was so green. And then just shoot levels. These are just 30-minute levels, folks. That quite frankly, I should have, but I took two pieces out of that. Still not the best execution. I feel like the entry was really good execution up here. As far as the exit, leaves a little bit to be desired. We're just, in my defense, we're just kind of bouncing around at this point. Could have been executed better. Took a 3-bar play to the downside on this play. Closed it out again, probably a little bit early. But, 3 decent plays, 2 really, really good plays, 1 okay trade. It was it was really, really nice. Now, let me show you this here real quick, because I have questions all the time about what are you looking for when you're talking about demand zones? Well, these are demand zones, folks. This is a demand zone. This is a 30-minute zone. See all of this action, see this green candle? This is from Friday. So we had this big run down. Thursday and Friday, this is really close to open. What do? We found a lot of support there. Again, double bottom on the 30 going into Friday. There it is. Look at that strong support. Look at this next line up, also a 30-minute demand zone, 30-minute demand zone. So pay attention to these levels right here, 514.42. So go back to this 514.42. It's right here, folks. It's right here. It's a demand zone. Your best plays come directly out of, this was, you can call it a reversal. You can call it whatever you want. It comes right out of this demand zone. I missed the trade back to the upside, that first trade, but I said, you know what, if this happens again, if we can take this trade back to the upside again, I'm going to take it back to the upside. So again, took this double cross to the upside above this major zone right here. I wanted to pull back to this 515.45. It didn't, but again, missed this trade. This was just, doesn't look like a lot, folks, but what is this? We got 14.42. Folks, we got $1.50. We got we're talking about $2 and $3 moves all day, folks. These are just absolute killer moves. There we go. I mean, this was a long trade. I actually went to lunch right up in here. Once we breached VWAP back to the upside, I said, okay. And a buddy of mine called me right after we hit this. And I had alerts set. A buddy of mine called me and says, hey, we just hit 517.79. And my alert went off just as he was calling me. And then I closed out the trade right here. Now, at this point, folks, we are, we're 2 hours into the trading day here. We're getting close to, we're 3 hours into the trading day here. This is too late for me. I like 2 hours, the first 2 hours. Anything past that, we tend to get a lot dirtier in the moves. But again, this was a really, really strong move back to the upside. What do we pick up? 16, $1.80, $1.50, something like that. Decent move to the upside. Again, when you're picking up $1.80 or $1.50, folks, those are massive, massive moves. At this point, folks, I said, you know what? I'm done. I'll see if I can pick up something in Power Hour. It's been a really, really, really strong day at this point. And it's not that I don't want to give anything back. But, if there's something there in Power Hour, after 3 o'clock, 3 out of 5 days, folks, you get really, really nice plays, either to the upside or the downside. So we're just kind of bouncing around. These areas right in here, these two zones were not here early in the day. So this 516.83, 517.28, these were not here early in the day. This was a 30-minute zone in here, folks. So for basically 30 minutes, I mean, it did not a whole lot between these zones. And even here, we're working into, got a couple hours in the trading day, moved back to the downside. And again, I wasn't really interested in anything unless we could pick something up in Power Hour, and we're getting close to Power Hour right in here. So what did I do? I took across to the upside. I'm going to show you something here real quick, folks. I'm going to delete every single line I have on my chart. And it's clean. This thing is just, it's so much cleaner. Anyway, caught this play. We crossed the 20 back to the upside. And this thing just went and it went and it went and it went. I had I think it was 518.84 was my target up here. I mean, it just kept on going. It kept on going. I'm going to show you those lines again. There it is, 518.84. We got to push through this level. And, I marketed out. I think this is probably, I got it pretty close to the top, if not the top. I got it on this wick. I took out on this wick. It's almost embarrassing to tell you the percentage of the trade on that. But it is what it is. I bought cheap SPX contracts. But a beautiful move. And again, folks were asking me, why did you have any confidence in that trade? I said, well, let's look at this. Why did I have any confidence in this trade? Well, earlier in the day, we got down to this level. So a couple hours ago, 3 hours earlier, 2 hours, 3 hours earlier. Look what happened, folks. Let me pull this over here. This same level right here, 515.87-ish, right in here. So we're right there. And let's go back to this last play of the day. So it came down there. It picked up more buyers at this area. And again, it was the last trade of the day, or last play for me of the day, 45 minutes left in the trading day. My risk was so small. Again, very, very inexpensive SPX contracts. If it goes against me, what do I have? 25 down to 03 or 01. I've got 25 cents worth of exposure on already inexpensive contracts that obviously you don't want to lose money. You're just following the process. But my risk was super, super small. And they said, what gives you the confidence? Well, nothing really gave me the confidence other than it happened earlier. Now, on this particular play, when it ran up, or here's the earlier again. This particular play, when it ran up, it just kept on going. We didn't have a red stick. I mean, what are we talking about since that run? So 15 through 15. So 14 green sticks on the 1 minute in a row. Folks, that's a run. I mean, 14 in a row. That is a massive, massive run. So 16.26, over $2 on that run, $2.50. Beautiful run. End of day play. Here it is, folks. Here's your end of day play. I didn't play this. Had one of our members played it. He jumped in at, when we double bottomed over here, he said, you know what? And he took the same 51, I think there were 51.95 SPX calls that I had from down here. I ran these way up, and then he took these same calls and ran them up. I think he like 5x'd them, 6x'd them. Mine was a lot bigger gain than that, but it doesn't matter. He did very well. I did very well. Again, this was the last play of the day. When you're making that last play of the day, folks, it's very, very difficult because anything that moves against you, it moves against you hard, and theta just kicks you right in the tail. But that's how she did today, folks. Now, tomorrow is CPI day. So CPI day is my favorite trading day of the month. We get really, really, generally speaking, we get really, really nice moves on CPI day. And we like the really, really nice moves. And that's going to happen pre-market tomorrow, CPI. That's how we did today, folks. That's how she played out today. If you enjoy our videos, please go ahead and give us a like and a subscribe. Don't forget to turn on your notifications. That way you can be notified when we drop new content, which is just about every day, sometimes on the weekend. I didn't have one Friday. I didn't have one yesterday. Had some stuff going on. Also, please leave us a comment. We greatly appreciate those. And share with your friends and neighbors. That is always appreciated. But that's how we did today. Now, if you are interested, here's the big one. If you are interested in live daily trading, so every single day, folks, from bell to bell, this is where the rubber meets the road. If you're interested in live daily trading, where we literally talk about every single one of these plays, every single one of these plays, folks, we talk about them. We talk about these plays every single day. If you're interested in that, head on over to our trading Discord. It's called Trading Decoded. Sign up for the first week, folks. We're not going to charge you anything free. You'll have 100% access to everything. And I'm on the mic every single day. Jimmy's on the mic every single day. We've got 2 different trading rooms over there. Come check it out. Check it out. If you don't like it, great. But at least come check it out. Now, if you're interested in the 920 crossover strategy, head on over to 920trading.com. Everything is right there, folks. You don't need to spend thousands of dollars on somebody's super secret strategy that they just came out with that's earth-shattering. It's not. It's horse crap. It's not true. There's nothing new, folks. I'm telling you, there's nothing new. They're just repackaging it and putting a nice little bow on it. There's nothing new. I don't care what they call it. There's nothing new, folks. At any rate, 920trading.com. The link for that is down below, as is the link for our trading Discord. Go check it out. Also, sign up for our free weekly newsletter. It comes out every Saturday. But that's how we did it today, folks. We appreciate everybody. We appreciate you guys spending a little bit of your most precious commodity, which is your time, with us today. We appreciate that very much. Now, again, tomorrow's CPI day, folks. I hope everybody has a great rest of the day. We're going to do it again tomorrow, folks, and we will see you in the markets.